Welcome to the 5 o'clock show. It's time for Common Sense. Now, it's Katz and Cosby with John Katzimatidis and Rita Cosby, standing for truth, justice, and the American way, bringing common sense to the world. Now, here's John Katzimatidis and Rita Cosby. Breaking news, WABC.
Well, a car plows in Germany.
Yeah, a big Christmas market. And you know what they're saying, John? There might be as many as 60 to 80 people injured. And the latest is that it may be a terror attack. They're saying there's a chance that there were explosives in the vehicle. And let's not forget, in Germany, they had an attack similar to this 8 years ago, almost to the day, where somebody plowed into a market in Berlin. This is 2 hours from Berlin, and obviously it harkens, is it ISIS? Is it something else? And we're going to have a whole bunch of news on that, John, coming up with John Solomon, who's going to be joining us in just a few minutes for the latest on that. And
in the studio with us, we have Judge Richard Weinberg. We have Governor...
Governor Patterson.
Yes.
By the way,
and the New York GOP chairman.
Can I say one thing? Very well-dressed Governor Patterson. He has like the nicest suit on here.
Oh, thank you.
But
yes, very dapper.
But it's a red tie and it's black tie tonight.
Oh, you didn't tell him. You didn't tell him.
GOP chairman Ed Cox.
Always
no
dapper.
Tie.
Always. He doesn't need a tie when you got this kind of quality here in the studio.
I'm shocked that the chairman is not wearing a tie.
He has one in his pocket. He just showed it. Look, it's a red one. See, and you are always looking dapper, Judge.
Always wearing a tie.
Always. And by the way, speaking of people working, Congress is working, John, right now.
What's going to happen? We're still in the same boat.
Yeah, we're still in the same boat. And what do you think? They're waiting a big vote. This would be the third vote on this spending bill. Last night, the one went down. They didn't have enough votes. And they're trying another bite at the apple, and it's going to happen at any minute.
The big question, can they get it done by tonight, or do they wait till
Sunday? Well, they want to go home.
No, they want to go home, but they could wait till Sunday night because no one gets paid over the weekend.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. They want to get home, and they're telling them. And also, you know, it was interesting last night, John. You and I were communicating in the wee hours of the morning, and President Biden rushed back. I was happy to hear he's still, around. And then the other was Kamala Harris rushes back because they obviously know this is on the line, and maybe there's going to be a vote tonight. Who knows? Let's see.
It's going to be exciting. Going down to the wire. Basically, this is just a Republican bill that you're talking about.
You know,
the Democrats are going to have a say on it, and you only have a couple hours to work that out. It's in trouble.
Why aren't they just waiting until January 3rd when they have the majority?
They should.
It's only 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
It's not like it's 3 months.
Yeah.
But
nobody's going to work the next 2 weeks in Washington anyway. They're never going to work anyway.
The legislature never wants to shut down the government. That's the problem. They have to shut it down.
Too sensible a suggestion.
The problem is the so-called Republican majority is illusory because you have a dissident group who will not vote for continuing resolutions. That's your problem. Or for lifting the debt cap.
Yeah, and one of the things, Judge Weinberg, that they're looking at doing, and there was word earlier today, we'll see if this is part of this vote, but it probably is that Speaker Johnson was separating it and saying, okay, let's do a clean continuing resolution, which is just to keep it going for a short period of time. So then Trump doesn't inherit a whole mess. And then they would do a separate one on funding disaster relief because the people in North Carolina need some help, obviously. And then the farmers. And then they would get to the debt ceiling later.
Next year. They'll do a debt ceiling next year.
And Ed's laughing because the question is, well, the Democrats wanted, as John was talking about, John, that picture you showed us yesterday said it all, the
1,500 pages worth of pork.
Well,
right.
That's why the Republicans are foolish for not voting down the bill last night, because what they're doing is they're empowering the Democratic majority who has a
they did vote down the bill.
Right.
It was the Republicans who voted it down.
38 Republicans voted it down. And the problem is, by doing that, they're empowering the Democrats.
Yes, and it's giving them fodder, especially they're thinking about what happened before.
And who gets the blame? Who gets the blame? Then the Republicans get the blame for shutting down the government. It's a beautiful play by the Democrats.
Well, that's why they need to keep pushing that and keep passing that message on. I mean, there's no doubt about it. And they need to keep saying, listen, we're ready to do a clean one. We're ready to do a solid one. And now we're putting it off on the Democrats.
The shocking thing this morning the Wall Street Journal, 50 interviews they did on President Biden's condition 3 years ago. 50 different staff members.
They went back to April of 2021. There were reports.
50 different staff members.
He wasn't capable of functioning. April 2021.
Yeah, that was shocking. And the Wall Street Journal was saying they talked to people who are still at the White House and also former. And to hear these people say that even as early as 2021, as you so eloquently said, Judge, to hear these people saying that they had to cancel meetings with world leaders and cancel meetings with other people. How can you be the leader of the free world?
No, it was really February 2020 in the Iowa caucuses and New Hampshire primary when last time people got to see Biden up close. And guess what? They decided, hey, he's the age when we took the keys away from Granddad. And they saw that day he came in 4th in Iowa and 5th in New Hampshire. I've never seen anyone get the nomination after doing that badly in that caucus.
That's because Obama sold it.
Yeah,
he tried to stop
exactly.
Sanders.
He sold it in South Carolina. He fixed it in South Carolina.
Yeah, and then what's amazing is he has been so MIA on so many issues, this president of late. And that's why when we heard that he was rushing back last night, you should have heard social media was ablaze saying, what's going on? They weren't thinking it had anything to do with the government. What did you, Governor Patterson?
I have a question to the group of you. So we know what his condition was now. That's not in dispute. What do you think was the responsibility of the people who understood that it was happening? What do you think they should have done?
At what time? At what point in time, Governor?
At a point that they
when he's president, is he president already?
The real person who's responsible, to answer your question, Governor, is President Obama, who made him the nominee in New Hampshire, working with Clyburn.
Right, but Ed.
And he knew the condition.
No, I understand that. Oh, he knew the condition.
Sure, of course Obama did.
So
how could you not? You know what? Chris
Coons.
Right,
so let me
hang on,
this.
Chris Coons, Senator Chris Coons, and you know who he is, right? Go Patterson.
I know him.
All right, so he came out. He's a very close ally of Biden's, right? He came out today and said he was fine, everything was great. It wasn't until I saw him at the debate that I was stunned. And I find, come on. I don't think you need a magnifying glass to figure out what's going on there, Governor Patterson. Come on.
No, certainly not in my case.
But whoever addressed you today did a great job. Right? I want to go back to that one because that is for sure.
So now my question is, okay, Ed, now follow me here. So now it's the date you gave, April 21st.
No, February. The February primaries.
Right. No, but
Governor, you're saying when he's president.
Now he's in office.
Okay, now he's in office.
And you cited a date.
April 2021.
Okay, right. Good. All right. So now you found out. What do you
25th Amendment. 25th Amendment. That's the answer, Governor.
Yeah, but you know what? It's disgraceful. You hit a great point here, Judge, because why were they not talking about that? And who knows? I can't wait for the real story to come out. I mean, we're hearing some of it from the Wall Street Journal, but you are internally and you are bound. You're there at the White House every day. You're seeing meetings canceled with lots of who's who. You're seeing on a bad day, you had to cancel all the meetings, according to the Wall Street Journal. And yet they don't even raise the 25th Amendment publicly. We know from privately, apparently, that conversation when he finally, moved out. But I can't wait for the real story to be told.
But you're talking about the senior staffers around him who kept Biden to themselves.
Yes.
That's right.
The junior.
That's right.
Everybody
never got
had
to see him.
know. I mean, I saw him at the debate. I was like, are you kidding me? I saw him in Normandy, you guys. When I saw him in Normandy, I thought the 107-year-old veteran had more energy than he did.
Why do you think they hit him in the basement during the campaign?
Yes, now we know.